everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Platinum Randomizer Nuzlocke. I apologize for not having any videos yesterday, but we are going to have a couple to make up for that, including today we're going to have Elimination Chamber. That's right. If you have not watched the Universe mode, I'd highly suggest that you at least come on Twitch and watch live as Elimination Chamber. It's going to happen today in only a few more hours, but it's going to be more than that because today we are also, after Elimination Chamber is over, going to do a WWE draft, splitting up the roster between the three brands. So it's going to be very important that you guys tune in. In fact, I was hoping if we get 3 people to be interactive during the Twitch stream and actually constantly, speak rather than just one person, we could actually have 3 people choose a brand, and then they draft it. They draft the people as they're kind of like, you could say that they would be the GMs for a day, as they do the draft. That way, I don't just pick the characters that I want on each show. But if we don't get that, then we're just going to have to randomly put tag teams and superstars on shows, and that's just not going to be all that amazing, to be honest with you. But in the last episode, we started our way through ETERNA Forest, and now we're just going to continue on our way through this forest. As in the last episode, we got a little trouble as we tried to catch a Pokemon, and then it was murdered, and it was a little depressing, to say the least. But now we're moving on. We're moving on from that. We're gonna try and get to the third, or we're gonna get to the second gym. All right, that's the way out. Let me just grab this Pokeball real quick. A lustrous orb. Well, that's gonna be so helpful right now. Oh my god. Now we might have to come back for that. Yep. So we made it out of ETERNA Forest. Yada yada yada. Get out of here. All right. Let's move on. All right. We're gonna get an encounter over here, but first let's battle all of these fishermen on this bridge. Get some good and much needed experience against these Elite Four members. Well, damn. Okay. So he leads off with the Cradilly, who's got Download, which raises its attack. Man, I gotta say that randomizers are really interesting, and as you could say like an apology, but whatever. Once I get a phone and actually can post live on YouTube, which is what I want to do when I finally get a new phone and I can post content on YouTube in full length, not this stupid 15-minute bullshit. We are gonna totally I don't want to waste anything, so we're just gonna kill it with hail. But once we get that, my idea is that I'm going to post a live stream Nuzlocke all the way through. Like, basically, I'll go live on YouTube and play through an entire Nuzlocke challenge. Boom. The ninja died by hail. Alright, Feebas. I think I'm going to get Wartortle in there. It's just got some more moves that can hit. Max, I gotta say that Max needs some new moves here. I guess we'll go with Air Cutter, but I want to go in and do an entire Nuzlocke on live stream on YouTube. I don't know what type though yet. I found a bunch of different really interesting Nuzlocke challenge modes that I really want to do. So we'll see how that goes, because right now the Apocalock looks really, really cool. I like the idea of rolling a dice and then having, well, basically what happens in that is you roll the dice before you even go into an area, before you even catch anything, and then depending on what number it is will depend on that Pokemon's roll if you catch it. So it actually, what's good is that you could catch it, or you could choose not to catch it if you don't like the role that it's going to be playing on your team. But if you caught it first and then found out the role, then you could still box it. So either way. But the Apocalock looks really cool. Also, a Wedlock is kind of an interesting idea that I would like to try out as well. There's also a chess lock, which I also found to be interesting. I just looked up a bunch of different lock types, and to be honest with you, I want to try most of them. Definitely not all of them. Some of them are really kind of stupid. Like, there are some where one of the rules states that you can only buy a certain number of Pokeballs in each town. Holy crap, Yuxi. But I just think that's completely and utter crap. Like, you want to make the game challenging, but not fucking mono-lock it, basically. I mean, if you got 3 Pokeballs, and you've got a tough Pokemon that you're going to have a hard time catching, it's just going to be absolutely stupid as you sit there and waste every single Pokemon that you have trying to catch it and then failing. So in my opinion, limiting the amount of Pokeballs that you can get is a stupid way to get people to turn away from your challenge, because it's just, you want to make it difficult, but that's just fucking stupid. Alright, so Wartortle is poisoned. But you don't die from poisoning outside of battle in Gen 4. We're gonna have to switch into Max. Oh, it doesn't matter. I would do it anyway. Pinsir, yeah, you're dead. Get the fuck out. Go sit down. Alright. As Elite Four Kate sends out Pinsir. But yeah, I want to try a bunch of different lock types, but I'm not sure what order I'm going to go in, because I do want to do a Pitch Black Nuzlocke. It's a really, really hard game. It's a really, really hard game when you play it normally. But I think, here's the thing, I have played it normally through once. Not even Nuzlocking it, just played it all the way through. Died a couple of times, but overall, you know, it's a very, very challenging game. But then after that, I played it Nuzlocked. I Nuzlocked it randomized, and to be honest with you, it was actually more difficult, because I whether or not you could call it luck, I got hammered with legendaries, pseudo-legendaries, and crazy-ass, badass motherfuckers. Like, well, one of the things, though, is that you can use the universal randomizer on it, right? So you can actually force people to have fully evolved Pokemon. And that's what I did. I wanted to force people to have those fully evolved Pokemon, because if you're fighting the champion and they send out Zigzagoon, it's going to be kind of stupid. But if they send out Linoone, especially at the levels that the champion is at, it becomes very difficult. So what I did was I forced fully evolved Pokemon if they're above level 35. And I just made the game even harder, because Pokemon are level 35 by the time you beat the 3rd gym. So everybody after the 3rd gym essentially had fully evolved Pokemon, these crazy-ass, powerful motherfuckers. And it made the game more challenging than when I played it through the first time. Again, if you watched all my other videos, I mentioned this a couple of times, but when I did the Randomizer Nuzlocke, I came out of beating N with 1 Pokemon, and that was my Crustle. So it was pretty intense, to say the least. And I mean, I went into the Elite Four with 3 level 100 Pokemon, and 2 of them died. Both of those to Getsis, though. I keep saying Geetus. I know it's Getsis, but for some reason, I just don't want to say Getsis. Alright, we're going to get our encounter here. Here we go. It's a Lombre. Like, Ludicolo's power, for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. But getting the stone to evolve him won't happen for a while, which will make him essentially useless until that happens. So, that's okay. That's okay. We don't have to worry about that. It's not that big of a deal. Let me see. We should get an egg from Cynthia after we get through everything. Alright. I won't disappoint you. I'll kick your ass. Here we go, baby. I find this gym's really strange. Like, I like the clock design of the gym. It's just really strange that when you walk in front of someone, they don't like get the little exclamation mark and then go after you. You have to legit talk to them, as though, you know, they're not that important. But whoops, they actually are important in order to get through the game. So, really strange idea here. Heal Bell. We'll do return. Return's powerful because my Wartortle loves me. Look at that. Then I got hit with whatever Slugma's item is or whatever. Or was it a Rocky Helmet? Let me aircutter you. Get you out of here. Best send out Squirtle. All right, we're gonna have a Squirtle Wartortle battle. You ready for this, Squirtle? Get fucking wrecked. I gotta say that with games like this, it's gonna be hard for me to actually know what level Pokemon the gym leader is at because I don't really look it up, which is probably a stupid idea, but I mean, it's been a little while since I played this game, so I don't really remember what Pokemon levels the gym leader has. I'll never know what Pokemon the gym leader has because it's just completely randomized. But we're gonna go heal, get our power points back, and we're gonna end this episode off. So if you like this episode, please make sure you let me know by clicking that thumbs up button. Go back and watch all the other episodes, see how I got here. I'd highly recommend you do that. Well, I thank everybody for watching, and make sure you tune in later to the Elimination Chamber because it's going to be one hell of an awesome ride. So I'd highly recommend that you do that.